terminal point. Briefing is
Wait,
900.
wait, I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, now I've started. I'm so
Fuck
sorry.
it,
I was
okay.
tabbed out, like, working on shit.
Back
I
to
think
the
we're good now.
task list. Green for defending, blue for attacking. Green for have
Yes.
to defend 2 FIM caches and a terminal. Mission details are view distance of 900 meters, 45 points of 110, color green, and a normal 65-minute time limit. Notes: Blue 4 comms are sent out information about an ambush at grid position 147154. The ambush was identified as being on the rocks to the west of the convoy. A squad managed to escape the ambush and fled north. It is unknown if they managed to make it to the airfield or not. The tracker on a separate missing command vehicle that was left undamaged after the ambush seems to have been disabled to the west of the ambush in the nearby town. Background: Kirkonklia militia forces have been at war with the local government for some time. On its last legs, the Virolati government has struck a resource deal with the US in return for their full support. To this end, the US Marine Corps has begun attempting to breach into the region. The first attempt of this was followed by the militia forces when the convoy on the route to the abandoned Viroyoki airbase was ambushed. As a result, a light infantry company has been deployed to recover a command asset and destroy US equipment that has fallen into the militia's hands. Area of operations: the area around the towns of Nakarinmaki and Ylinmaki, between the city of Viroyoki and Viroyoki Airbase. Mission rules: only one squad may deploy at each of Blue 4's secondary safe zones. Only sandbags on roof allowed, up to 1 tool. No additional building restrictions other than the standard F&F build placement rules apply. The Blue 4 command vehicle located in the independent safe start is locked and out of fuel. Do not attempt to enter. The SVG is locked and out of ammo. Do not attempt to use it or disassemble it. As for their kits: normal US Marine Woodlands, Marpat, M4s with the GL barrel underneath, Mark 11 mottos, I think that's a mini-me, one-shot M136,
249.
and...
Oh, shit, thank you, my mic. 249.
249, okay. As for their VIX, they have 1 unarmed Humvee and
8
7...
Humvees, essentially.
Yeah, 8 Humvees.
7 are 8-man transports, 1 is a 4-man transport.
And loadouts for our independent other Balkan League forces. Weapons are the just normal militia forces: AKs, underslungs, SVD, RPKs, PKPs, stuff like that. PKM high static with a dushcum as well. And then I will let you do everything else.
All right, thank you for that, Dream. I'm running late. I will get into that later, but since we only have 5 minutes remaining here, looking at the sides here, we have basically half-page rosters for everybody. This is a small game. How many people on the server?
Not too many today. I think about 50.
51. So minus the 2 combinators, we are below 50 people. This is the smallest I've seen FNF.
3, actually, because you've got the admin as well.
True. All right, Norris leading Blue 4, Harrington, Emil, Pali, Jaeger, Cholton, Nekomata. Under Alpha, Bravo has Lolo, Depso, Fetty, Waldo, Cheeseburger, Parker, Zixby, and Kremet. Charlie has Nemesis Cats, Wayne, Whiplash, Dobbs, Malin, Yanni Finn, and Cullis. Echo has Utic, Masano, and Aquiso. Eric leading Green 4 with Tackleberry, Swola, Donadis, Zog, Harana, Banks, and Kabui Face. Under Alpha, Bravo has Curie, Korvac, Sismo, and Vagrant. Charlie has Bursty, Pogrom, Skip, Bukrasovsky, Fons, Snodge, Fair, Pupper, and T. And then we do have an admin slot under these civilians there. Otherwise, yeah.
Petri dish.
3 objectives. Green 4 only has enough people to hold like 1 spot. That's... Ooh. There might be something going on in the future. I still need to reach out after someone gave me a big reply last Sunday, and that's your only hint about it. But yeah, we might have something coming soon for this time slot as well to share with FNF. But anyway,
wait, to do with FNF or?
So I would do FNF bi-weekly, and I would do the other thing bi-weekly.
Fair enough.
I mean, okay. I'll just tell you. Solid Games wants me to start potentially covering stuff for them on a more weekly side.
I don't know what Solid Games are.
They're one of the Russian PvP communities. So that would be like 200-player PvP every week again. So similar like OFCRA. But I still need to work out the details with them. I haven't been able to get back to them because holy fuck, I have been busy this past week. Today, for example, woke up in the morning, went down, checked on a bunch of tuck shops, got an outfit for my engagement shoot on Sunday, Went to a fun cheese place because it's a great place. I'll talk about it later. But came back, got 3 calls from my tax man saying, "Hey, I need you to get me this paperwork that I've been, you were supposed to get to me for the past few days. But I've been busy with a bunch of other shit the past few days." So I was like, so I got that to him. Then I coordinated with a buddy of mine because our gun show's in town at Dulles Expo. So he's going to come and grab me tomorrow at 8:30 so we can go and do there. And then I reached out to people in Stillwater and I said, hey, if anyone needs like price checks for some weapons that we can get in Arma for our characters, I can send you the price tag and then you can use those prices to give it to your character. So now I'm here. I got the information to Taxman. I got that coordinated. And then I was scrambling to, get here and try to get on time. So, whew, it's great. Anyway, yeah, so... A lot of stuff coming up in that regard. Later today for myself, there will be a Mass Effect op at 7:30, and then we'll do DayZ after the Mass Effect op. But yeah, the other PvP stuff that isn't confirmed yet because it would normally be on Saturdays, but that's like my busiest slot because that's when I do a lot of the 40K stuff. So they said they might also move it to Fridays, but again, like there's a lot of negotiation I have to do first, and I haven't even pushed that ball forward because there's like 20 other things I have to fucking do and juggle at the same damn time. Like Pog. Pog is removing all pay-for-pain elements from the campaign. I said, okay, that's cool, but at the same time, I also told them we might want to start a new campaign because I don't think they're going to be able to make any forward progress anymore based off of the fact of how they play, how their AI accuracy is hard-coded, and even, like, for Pay for Pain, my main argument was if you go back on that stream and you watch the latest op on the second hour, when they were going through the western side of the town compared to where the viewers' focus was on taking back that airfield, even though they sent like 8 or 9 people to attack garrisons on the western side of town where I didn't even have patrols spawned or anything, they still left with 3 people. Everyone else died. So
No.
No?
Left.
They left?
Okay, I have a bit more insight into this.
Okay. I know, because you were there.
Yeah, we got into the western part of the town. We cleared it out. We were full strength. And
Okay.
then once we got into those final 2 areas, we were like, we need to get out with something here. So we ran a base commander, 2 SPG Vics, and a transport Vic away, leaving me, Day, and Daz to defend.
That position.
Me, Day, Daz, and Rose.
Okay.
And then we decided to start launching GLs at the President's house, which...
Yeah.
That was the stupid part.
That was a bit stupid. Nonetheless, okay, thank you for that clarification. I feel a little more confident now for Pog. I still am on the fence, though, about it, because you guys fought, like, the less than desired garrison because I intentionally lower things for Pay for Pain, knowing that, the viewers are going to go nuts. But, okay, I'm more confident in trying an op for this Thursday, and Patch already said we're going to do it, so we'll see. But if I notice you guys getting your asses utterly kicked, I'm probably going to pull the plug and move on to another thing I want to do, which is a more simplistic version of Stillwater, except instead of individual purchases, it's all handled by the company, and I will manage the assets.
Yippee. That means I don't have to do any work.
Yeah, exactly. So people can just plug in and play, and the people that run off on their own actually have a slightly better chance because there's more individual, or there's going to be less AI down, so they can just lone wolf steamroll if they want to, if they have that skill. But I know some people in that community that can do it, and some that cannot. And there's more people that cannot these days because... well, the AI, again, are hard-coded, and I can't change their accuracy, because 1% shouldn't be behaving like 90%, even if I fat-fingered the 90.
Yeah,
but,
I think you're correct on that. I think it was hard-coded into the server, which I might know how to check. And I would
that's built into the server CFG settings, but it's Big server, so there's nothing I can do about that.
I will talk to Big, and then I will talk to you, and if I find the setting, then I will ask you what you would prefer it to be at.
Yeah.
Because that also affects my op that's happening on Sunday because I'm using Big server, so I actually need to speak to Big about getting that hiked down ever so slightly.
Speaking of servers, Ian, who runs my server for all my events, just reported to me that he might have found why the custom difficulty is not behaving properly. and based on of what I was able to skim for like 2 minutes before I had to jump to the next thing, because he sends me, no offense to Ian, I love you, buddy, but you send me so much information at once, and I literally have to sit down with something and just spend 20 to 30 minutes reading through it thoroughly. I don't have that time all the time, though. It's okay, buddy, I know. But,
what is going on with Kerry, Sismo, and Korvac and the random Civi AI? They're just
having a good time. They recruited a press man, and they're wait.
They're vibrating. They're vibrating across the floor.
This goes hard, not gonna lie.
This goes hard. These are the Beals as they cross the bridge.
They're just...
They are about to run into a full, like, Bravo squad, which is going to be really funny.
I just want to watch them glide into blue fort and immediately get shot dead. Yeah, it's a patrol, except they don't move. But anyway, as I predicted, something was hard-coded in the server to basically stop any custom settings from going through. So they might have been able to fix that, but yeah. Haha.
That's interesting, because I don't know what that is. That because in the base, you're using the global AI skill thing, which is that a mod edition?
No, that's part of Zeus Enhanced. Well, okay, so technically, yes, it's a mod. But it edits the base server settings. Yeah. The thing is, like what was happening with the custom difficulty, is it's hard-coded somewhere to be different.
There we go.
Yeah, unironically, the machine gunner didn't get the kill, though. Damn it, Zixme, I was rooting for you there.
Wait, did they kill the AI?
Yes,
they
yes, they the press guy gets killed. Damn it, Zixme.
That means the
press guy must have been Polish. That's the only reason that Zixme would have shot him first before everybody else. God damn. But yeah, anyway, just a lot of stuff to update, and yeah. I am gonna be honest though, with the other campaign, I have some ideas to make a few pay-for-pain elements that won't be like directly involved, but I've got ways to make the world more dynamic, but not like evil or malicious.
In that sort of sense, because you're fighting a militia, I guess it kind of makes sense. You know, that people are paying for like.
Yeah, but again, like that's if we really are gonna finish or continue with the Project 11 campaign. Ooh, Sismo threw a satchel, but look at that grenade throw on Korvac.
Yeah, that's a good Zix.
That was a beautiful nade.
Oh,
Zixme guns him down as well. I'm telling you, Zixme is one of my favorite players to watch. It's just sometimes he gets completely screwed over.
Ooh, Korvac wake up here though.
Here he's gonna run around. Korvac does wake up, but Zixme slides in. If Zixme's gonna die to a friendly grenade. Did Lolo just throw 2 grenades in?
Oh, there goes Korvac. That's a nade. No. Oh, they're all dead. Yeah, this entire Green 4 force got killed, and they managed to take out 1, 2. They took out 4 blue forts.
And booms are still going. Blue fort got confused. Like 2 people came to the back side of the building and got blown up by a grenade that I think was thrown by friendlies, but yeah, it's not counting the grenade kills on either side because I'm not seeing pluses or negatives. So that was a mess. Oh, and then we have a funny Stillwater ad to play between the rounds. Haha. I played it in OFCRA. People actually found it really amusing, but yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, so we got the 2 Southern Destroy objectives. Blue 4 going to slowly move up to those. Green 4 playing around with the terminal on the northern side, so it's just going to be a bit slow now before... It wasn't satchels, it was explosive charges. Satchels you can like only throw up to 1 meter. The charges you can throw almost as good as grenades, like maybe minus 1 or 2 meters. And I'm talking like standard defensive grenades, where compared to offensive, which are smaller and you can throw farther, defensive you're just meant to like pop over walls. Like that's the standard 67 compared to V40. Still a bit overkill. I mean, if you're a smaller group and you're being attacked by a larger group, throwing charges out maximizes the coverage of where you're getting pushed, you know?
Yeah.
Ever cook chicken in an air fryer? Yes, I don't recommend it.
The other thing is with those charges is as soon as what's happened in FNF now is everyone is now just hard coded. As soon as you hear that little beep, it is run.
Yeah.
Which gets I've seen so many people like run and then get gunned down.
Mm-hmm. So air fryer, I don't know how we got here, but air fryer, I would just recommend you cook it normally in an oven or toaster oven, and then you broil it for the last few minutes of it to get some color. But yeah, air frying, I don't know why, it somehow dries it out. And then if you have a coating on it, just fry it at that point. Like, I know it's not as healthy as air frying, but you just don't get the flavors you want. Yeah, air frying is great if you want to, like, dehydrate things like chips and whatnot. Then, yes, it's a really great thing. But for, like, meats, unless you're making, like, jerky. Yeah, no problem. Alright, Blue 4 is basically putting a big chunk of their force to attack the terminal site. However, that is where Green 4 has all of their defenders in, so we're going to see a two-pronged attack. And I guess this is going to be a mixture of really, really good players, but with less numbers attacking a larger Green 4 garrison that I wouldn't say is as good as forces like in Scander Recon, but in high numbers, they can definitely pack a punch. What's also a bit worrisome here is Blue 4 has already started attack on one flank. I don't think they've taken any casualties yet, though. So now it's just a wait and see if we can see this pincer attack go. I agree with that statement, Axe Baron. I also agree if it's like Peruvian chicken. Alright, one of the Blue Force guys just got smacked in the face. That was Nekomata eating it from, I believe, Swola, who's hiding behind a Humvee full of ammo.
Well, you're about to have Banks, who is just the lone Green 4 here.
He's looking away from Blue 4, though.
What is he in?
He's in a bunker.
He's in a little
and he seems to be a bit stuck in it. But Blue 4 are going to bypass it. They're just going to climb right up the defensive ridge here.
The real question is, I mean, will they sit? No, it's actually really hard to spot.
Yeah, but now that, like, all those Green 4 on this other side, now you're going to have Blue 4 start shooting them in the back of the head.
Way too early.
Yep, but now you're seeing machine gun fire, one person uncon, one person dead. Now Blue 4 taking return fire. Yeah, the rest of Blue 4 wasn't in position there. They should have run up and done some grenades, but they kind of shot a bit early there, and now they're paying the price.
Yeah, you've got Banks. Oh, that's a really nice nade. Cats goes down to the nade. Whip's been...
Fonz is about to... Oh, the grenade gets a double kill for the two Green 4 guys, but yep, Cats went down.
You've got Banks here, and if Banks moves up behind him, he could do some serious damage with that PK.
He could, but I don't think he notices he's under fire here. He's looking in opposite directions, which means he doesn't have comms with people. There's some random red smoke grenades over here he's trailing, so I think he got distracted by those. I don't think he realizes there's a firefight going on up here.
I'm insane, thanks.
Green 4's numbers are collapsing, but at the same time, Blue 4 on the opposite flank took a few casualties and they pulled away. So they're not even supporting as Blue 4 is attacking from this other side.
You missed it because after you left, after the goofy rounds last week,
yeah.
Wayne ended up getting 9 kills.
Nice.
Oh no, you were there for that one. No, you weren't.
No, I was only there for the first and second round.
No, because I was talking to Marlon. Yeah, he just ended up getting like 9 kills after destroying a BTR, and it was kind of insane.
One cache is destroyed. Skipu trying to advance, takes fire from Cullis. Wayne firing from the flank, but he gets shot at by Donatus and taken out. Skipu kills Yanni on the left, and Blue 4 knocked down to 5 assaulters from this eastern flank here. And
his audiobook right now must be really good. Oh, that's a really nice nade. Go away. No.
Mal taking flanking fire from Kabubi. Grenades do go out, but they don't get any kills on Skipu. But yeah, the blue 4 strength here is greatly diminished, but if additional blue 4 forces come in, they will overwhelm green 4. I think green 4's definitely lost their number advantage at this point.
Yeah.
If you look at the skull counts compared to blue and green, you see that green is definitely lacking in players now.
Well, those early blue 4 nades were huge for him.
Yep. So Malin on 2 kills at the moment. Not really seeing anyone higher than 2, so I'm assuming, again, more grenade kills happened and they didn't just count. I agree, Blue 4's Northern Force needs to re-engage. Instead, they kind of split off into 2 groups, and they're just flanking around. So they're really just leaving some of these Blue 4 groups.
Nice pick there.
But yeah, Skipu got a great pick. Whiplash takes some shots. He gets knocked to his feet, but he's still awake. A few more shots go to Whiplash. He gets the dirt. Malin gets the shot on Skipu. If Blue 4 are able to bring their 2 other attack waves to the west and north in and do a 3-way attack, they're just going to steamroll the rest of Green 4.
Yeah, Blue 4 seems to be like pulling off the rock side now, which isn't the worst strategy in the world, especially if they can move around and then relink.
Yep.
To a 2-pronged attack. But Green 4 have lost so much here.
Lynn, welcome, buddy. And thank you for the 4-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this. And I think I missed a few sub messages earlier. Luxor, thanks for giving a sub to Az. Luxor, thanks for your 56-month resub as well. Sorry, again, it's been a very busy day. But thank you for your patience, and I hope you continue to enjoy the operations.
RPG goes out.
Yeah, on Vagrant's building, but it doesn't do much.
Pogrom has decided to do what Banks has not been. Pogrom has the SVD, which in the CQC environment is not nice.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but he could line up some headshots if Blue 4 stops moving around. Have I heard of the new paradox about Black Ops 2? Yeah, because it was based off of like the Chinese market crashing, right? So everyone thinks now it's turning into Black Ops 2.
They don't have any cover for the one side they got attacked on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's just a natural hillside. As Banks starts getting shot at from Schult.
Yep, now we see that northern group starting to push in with 4 players. We got the southern group also ready to move in. Yeah. Explosives being thrown around on Vagrant's building. His building gets deaded, but Vagrant was able to get out.
He's got that PKP.
He sees Lolo, gets the shot on Lolo, the knockout, and there's the kill. Grenade goes long. That's not a grenade, that's a charge.
It shouldn't do anything to that one. That nade.
Yep, Kremet also gets the shot and double tap on Vagrant before the grenade goes off.
Harrington moved up really close. That nade is going to do nothing for him right now.
To smoke, Harrington's breaching, Kabubi. I think his head got spotted by Harrington as he came around.
Yeah, I think he knows he's coming around. Oh, no, maybe not.
No, I think he's still target fixated on them, but Kabubi's checking around, and Harrington's bandaging. That's an easy kill for Kabubi.
No, good shot. And Kabubi gets friendly fired, I think.
Possibly by Grishkowski, but Kabubi did get the kill on Harrington.
Oh, no, but here comes Cat Stubbs, and
yep, they're going to push from the rear because Green 4 is now focused on the forces ahead. Cats gets spotted by Ash, though. And Cats lines up the headshot on Ash and takes him out. Damn.
Kabubi face moves back into position, but I think he's going to get slapped fairly soon. Cats is the only one moving up with the Mark 11 motto at the moment.
Menendez, yeah, right.
And as they all fire down onto the last position, did they actually... They actually never did the destroy objective over here.
Yeah, to the bottom right, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think the rest of Green 4 is going to get mopped up here, and it's going to go to a kill victory. T just got a great kill with his AK on one of the Blue 4 guys to the north. That was Norris, Blue 4 command. At this point, I think Blue 4's orders are clear here. They just clear out the area. Banks is now engaging northern targets. He's putting Emil under suppression. Did Emil just threw a frag at his feet instead of a smoke and killed himself? Good job, buddy.
Ooh,
Cats gets, yep, dropped by Kabubi there. Banks could spot Dobbs. Dobbs spots him first, gets a great headshot on Banks.
Marlon messed up his charge.
That
vehicle sky high,
I don't think it matters at this point. He gets knocked out by it, but yeah, yeah.
The space program is really alive as that vehicle goes flying away.
Cats blows Kabubi away, knocks him out. We'll see if there's double taps. And they get him. Eric gets knocked out. Grushovsky holding off on Fetty, but then gets knocked out by Cheeseburger.
No, we've still got Banks.
Explosive charge.
Do you want to do it, or shall I?
Doesn't kill Grushovsky, I guess because it went low. Grenade goes in. That's going to double tap Eric's ass. Literally.
Damn, that is not the place you want a nade landing.
No.
I mean, you don't really want a nade landing anywhere near you, but...
And it's just Pogrom alive.
Yeah, do you want to do the honors?
No, go ahead, buddy. You saw it first.
Oh, no, that's not what. Can Pogrom channel his inner Adrihardo and win the game for Green?
The answer may surprise you.
9 out of 10 doctors hate this. 9 out of 10 players hate this casting miracle.
Hate the casters when they use this one trick to wrap the round up early. Whip's hunting for him, but Pogrom is doing some very quick maneuvering out of here. And that's just honestly, like, I want Pogrom to have his chance here, but that's just going to extend the game.
Pogrom's doing the goat strat whenever you need to escape. Throw smoke in a completely different direction and have them believe because it's...
Oh, yeah, and fool them. Yep. I wonder if Whiplash is going to hear the medical and look down, but he seems to be stuck on the sandbags.
Well, you see, Whip can hear anything low. So, because Pogrom's under him, Whip in real life is...
oh, no, he's going to spot him. There it is. Whip, use the AT4.
So you see, the reason Whip is missing those shots at the moment because he has to use
headshot
because he's got baby.
Oh, he didn't get that shot.
Now that is incredible because again, Whiplash is 4'3".
SVD. But now he got Dobbs.
I think Dobbs is about to annihilate this
Get him, Dobbs.
Dobbs is looking at the rock.
Do 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 do. He hit him right on the to be continued drop too as well. That was the funny part. Yeah, they're calling 30 seconds for review. All right.
It wasn't a bad round. It was 7 out of 10. More players probably would have diversified the positions because they all kind of sat at the end there.
I gave it an 8 out of 10 and said wear rocket only. Question mark. I would argue green lost because they made this defensive perimeter up here, and then all the people that were on the southern side pushed to the north to help against the first blue 4 attack, and that allowed the other blue 4 pincer to get up and start diminishing their numbers. And then the third force that was coming in then linked up with that force, and they just kind of pulled green 4 apart. That's how they honestly lost.
Green 4's best chance there was to keep up the pressure and take out Scania Recon's attacking force because they had them pretty much dead to rights. That early nade from Cats completely just...
All right, anyway, we have an ad from our local sponsor, so I'll be back.
Oh, God.
Are you incapable of living a normal life after your 3rd deployment to Pakistan? Do regular military units consider you to be psychologically unfit for continued service? Or are you just tired of scavenging the deep crusty corners of the internet for more pictures of your waifu? Then Stillwater Security Solutions is the company for you. Based out of a surplus Chinese landing ship, Stillwater Security Solutions is a group made up of players that no longer find entertainment in playing Arma in the usual ways. With us, you, the players, are responsible for choosing contracts, managing company and personal finances, interpreting intel, and conducting operations. We even have a super autistic spreadsheet that rivals the likes of EVE Online in levels of autism. This spreadsheet helps us run the in-game economy and track gear across every contract. We are not a milsim. You don't even need to fill out an application to play with us. We are currently looking to hire literally anyone that is 18 up, has an IQ above room temperature, and the ability to operate multiple individual weapon systems. General contractors are always welcome, but areas in direct need for applicants are the following: pilots and aircrew. These operators need to be supported from the sky. From gunships to cargo planes, all manner of methods are required for keeping still water in the air and over there. Don't worry about navigating ground fire, most of our helicopters crash from terrain impacts. The bar is not high. Medical station. Our hard-working combat lifesavers work tirelessly to keep contractors like you from the bottom bunk of a gravestone. Headed by former EMS and paramedics, our medical staff is well trained and equipped to keep soldiers of fortune up to date and in the know on how to save and be saved in combat.
Why does the IFAC packing list have 4 tourniquets? If I personally need 4 tourniquets, the only intervention I need is divine or copper jacketed.
If you get sent a random video from these guys, don't watch it. You're not missing out. Field support services. They say infantry is the queen of battle, but somebody has to pamper that bitch. Field support is always standing by to operate all necessary equipment and reinforce every position possible. Mortars, artillery, tanks, and fortifications make field support the force multiplier for taking home a victory in the modern mercenary landscape. Stillwater Security Solutions, the best in class for mercenary work around the globe. Apply now.
Well, that was interesting, guys.
That was great. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, your dad came into your thing and said, what the fuck?
Yeah, he just said...
What, because of the ad?
Yeah, I didn't really give much explanation.
Awesome.
If anyone in my stream doesn't understand, that was an ad for Stillwater Security Solutions, who are a group who do...
They're a group. That's
They're
a
a
great
group.
way to explain it. They just killed the TeamSpeak server. They killed the TeamSpeak server. What the fuck?
What?
Look, it says server has been shut down.
What? What?
Look, I put it in chat, but if you check the Friday Night Fight bottom left, they just shut the server down for like a second.
Okay.
Did they?
The reason
he's
for
here.
that
Yeah?
is I can explain this.
Okay.
TeamSpeak's authentication servers are currently down for
no.
whatever fucking reason. Which means roughly every 2 hours, the TeamSpeak server auto-closes itself. So, I manually restart the server, which resets the timer, which means it doesn't happen in the middle of a round. Until they fix their shit.
Awesome.
It's
Yes,
just
that
like
is
when
Mal.
Discord went down yesterday. That was annoying.
Exactly. Shit's mad. I don't know how the fuck they managed to fuck up their fucking... Anyway. Have fun. Yeah, it'll happen every, like, break. But
Awesome.
I try and do it fast enough that nobody will notice.
Awesome.
Liru noticed.
I noticed.
He's a
Yeah.
nerd.
Uh-huh.
Damn. Just don't notice next time, okay? Thanks.
Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, the first time I went to Stillwater, this is a testimony. The first time I went to Stillwater, I got blown up by a helicopter. Couldn't go back because I got very busy around the times. And then the second time I flew a helicopter, crashed about 3 times.
For the 10-hour op, right?
Yeah, computer-wise, I didn't personally crash. And then yeah, they actually, if you're looking, because they said one of the desperate things they need is pilots. Piloting isn't.
And field support people. So if you want to operate mortars or machine guns and basically get free money to get whatever you want because you won't be on the front lines like me.
Yeah. So I plan to go to as many more as I can. In the pilot role, but they have a lot of fun mods for the pilot. They have what's the word called when you're on a plane and it starts shaking?
Turbulence?
Turbulence. They have a turbulence mod.
They do.
And it's really cool.
They have a lot of really fun mods on there.
It
Not gonna lie.
just adds like your helicopter shaking slightly as you fly it, and it's fun.
When will we see Pay for Pain again? Only for DayZ on Fridays, because Pog isn't doing it on Thursday anymore. They almost unanimously voted to get rid of Pay for Pain. So maybe here and there in the future, but I don't have any exact stuff for you guys.
Yeah, that's just yeah.
What's Pay for LP?
Pay
For lower
Liru's
pain? For Liru's pain? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, we have that in
Yeah,
DayZ
we
every
do
week,
that.
though.
Oh yeah, we do.
Charlotte, I think that means your computer has a skill issue if it's crashing all the time running a mod set.
Their mod set, it's fast.
It is a pretty bit, yeah. It's like the only community I've ever found that reasonably has a large mod set. But yeah, my goal is to start like getting other communities to advertise as well, and then make a few joke ads just to like keep it funny. Like if we ever do a rematch for the Molly versus Dream, I would make a fake ad for it. 30 seconds, absolutely glorifying Molly.
Just another fucking hour and a half digging my ass, please.
Dude, it's going to be super important.
If I have time to make the maps, I will do another one at some point.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, we need to run a Star Sim ad. That's the thing. We need to run like a bunch of joke ads. Like another one is for Star Sim where you go out and count moisture evaporators. That's another one. And then some Pay for Pain ads, and then I need to make a obnoxiously lawn ad for the Lance Corporal Liru Happy Face Foundation, where for $29.99 a month you can make a Lance Corporal Liru near you very, very happy face. And I'm totally not ripping that joke from not Red vs. Blue. RB and the Chief, that's it. For the Master Chief Happy Face Foundation.
You should make one which is the because you do quite a bit of casting. You should just do the Lance Corporal Liru News Network.
Yeah, that ends with John Arma beating me up or something. That'd be great.
Jonathan Arma.
It's John Arma. Oh my god. And we're still waiting for them. You know what will always be universal regardless of how many people are on FNF every week, Dream?
What?
How long it fucking takes for them to get to the next round.
Yeah, that pretty much is just... You think with less people it would be quicker, right? Nope.
So I see what you put in the POG command channel. You know, I am selling an RPD for 300 in Stillwater if you wanna.
Still trying to steal my money.
Hey man, it's an RPD. It's an RPD.
What am I gonna do with an RPD?
You can sit in one of the side doors and use it as a gun, and you can shoot at people with 125 round mags.
So who's gonna fly the helicopter while I do that?
The other pilot.
But what if we both have our own helicopters?
Then you just don't use it that up. But what if you like get stuck in a Black Hawk with no side guns and you need to have your own side gun? You get the RPD and you can fill the helicopter with RPD ammo. Right? Is this making sense, Dream?
No, because I imagine we would have. I don't know what birds we have at the moment. I know we still have our plane.
Yeah, and then you got some helicopters.
Yeah, we've got the transport Huey.
Yeah, so you can sit on the side and use the RPD.
Yeah, but we've still got the.
Bro, RPDs retail for $750. I'm selling you one for $300. Just buy the fucking thing.
I have $1,500. I have to.
Which means you have more than enough to buy an RPD.
But.
What else are you going to use that money for, flying helicopters? You have to buy helicopter-related
What if I wanted
things.
some really comfortable sandals to fly the helicopter in?
Well, you get those for free. We
Yeah, but
don't model sandals in this community.
Really comfortable ones, like specifically made.
That would mean you actually have a real $1,500 to spend.
I'll find them. I'll find them somewhere. I'll find someone selling sandals for $1,500.
Hey, Dream.
Yeah.
I got some sandals over here. I actually have 3 pairs in my closet. One of them are super comfortable because it's like at least an inch of like, I forget what the padding is, but it actually is. I'd like to wear it on the beach. But you know, it's a really good pair. I probably wouldn't feel comfortable parting for it unless you paid $1,500.
$1,500. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go speak to my guys, my people, and they'll get in touch with your people.
Here, unironically, I'm gonna send you something on Discord.
Oh God. I mean, I don't know. I have 50. Like they were like, you have $1,500 now. And I was like, but I'm just a pilot. I don't really know what to spend that on. Like, if I go down, I'm not getting anything back. Empire put wrong chat.
Okay, hold on. I will start commenting again. I'm trying to fix something. Goddamn Axe Baron. Okay, here you go, buddy. Check Discord, okay?
Okay, I'm checking Discord.
That's all you need, all right? Right there. That's what you need, okay?
How much is that?
That
What
is exactly $1,500.
Why have you got $1,500? Why is one of the notes different from the others?
Because it's an older one, okay? I don't control what they pay me out at the casino, but that's what you need, okay?
I don't know how American money works. This is weird. I've only ever seen the 100 on the far left ever.
Yeah, those are the older bills. But Dream, that's what you gotta send me. Shit, I need to put the prediction up. We were fucking around too much.
I need to send you $1,500 for what?
The sandals.
Okay, well, you start your prediction up, I'll get started on the important parts. This is a Blue versus Op4 operation. Blue 4 are to defend 2 Douglas planes, well, 3 planes, a terminal, and a sector. Op4 are obviously meant to attack them and destroy. View distance of 1,800 meters, 145 points, a normal time of 65 minutes. Notes are safe zones are hidden. All aircrafts are hidden inside the airfield hide zone. Pandas do not have AAF camo; they have desert camo instead. Background: the Blue 4 is planning an evacuation. It is for Op4 to put an end to that plan. So Op4
Daisy
are
is
murdering
happening
civilians
after
today.
the Mass Effect op tonight. Which I need
Do
to
not
text
fortify
Razor
on
about
roofs.
that.
Do not block hangars fully. Ground vehicles should be able to get into a hangar if they want to. Blue 4, nothing in any of those. Blue 4 are the...
Are you good? What the fuck was that?
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
I can't
Did you
read
go
the top-
lizard?
I can't read the top word of the Blue 4 loadout, unfortunately.
You mean French? Do
Stop
you
saying it.
audibly gag when you try to
Ugh.
say the word
Stop
French?
saying
What
God,
the-
stop.
French,
Say
French,
it.
French, 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 French. Dream, are you okay, French?
But... Yeah.
What? Wait, Dream, do you like food?
I like food.
Do you like potatoes?
depends.
Do you like French fries? What about French toast?
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Why am I enjoying this so much?
We're gonna have the FAMAS F1s, M4s with anti-slungs, Scar H's for the
marksman, and then Mini-Me's AT4s, FN Mags, which stands for French.
No!
Mosses and crewmen. Yeah, wait, you're British, right? Which means all of your good food is French. What is this? Okay. Anyway, Blue 4 have a 6-man Humvee, 2 Badger IFVs with the Bushmaster and some minigun belts, and then some transports. I'm going to take over for Dream because I think he just died. Yeah, what about French onion dip or French onion soup? Okay, he's dying. Up for a Russian Ratnik Desert kit, so we got AK-74s, AK-74s for GP-25s, SVDs for the marksman, RPKs for the light machine gunners, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank, PKPs for their medium machine gunner, RPG-32s for their medium anti-tank, and then PP-2000s for their crewmen. Otherwise, we have 8 transport Urals, 2 Hilux PKMs, and 2 Pandor IFVs with same exact loadout as the LAV-25s. Or excuse me, the Badger IFVs, my bad. But, yeah, both are vanilla, and I think they also removed the AGMs. Also, chat, do I talk too fast when I go over stuff? Bloodwing says I sometimes talk too fast when I do that. Dream, are you good? Here, I have another idea. Bonjour, Eiffel Tower baguette, oui, oui. Alright, I think my co-host is dying. Anyway, Norris is going to be commanding for Blue 4. Under Alpha, he has Harrington, Emil, Schultz, Jaeger, Zapata, Riley, and Buckner. Charlie has Bursty leading Santos, Nudgepair, and Pupper. Foxtrot has Kremet, Kerrigan, Defso, Cheeseburger, and Zixme together. Mike has Bates, Vagrant, Utek, and Aceto. Or, Aquiso. I don't know how to pronounce that, bro. Fonz and T being Badger 1's crew. Badger 2 has Lola, Masano, and Fetty. Banks leading Op 4. Eric is leading Op 4 Alpha with Kazag, Fancy, Nekomatic, Major Khan, Ash, Tackleberry, and Kabubi. Kiri leading Bravo with Sismo, Parker, Waldo, and Neves, Korvac, and Donatus. I almost said Nemesis instead of Neves, that's why I brain farted there. Skipu leading Charlie with Pilgrim and Grusowski. Mike has Whiplash, Yanni, Cullis, and Wayne all together. Rana, Swola, and Chris Beer under Golf 1. Golf 2 has Cat Dobbs, and there is Nemesis there. I'm going too slow? We want you to sound like a bid master? Yeah, God. That's what the practice is for, right? Okay, well. Good to hear about the stock wrap. Anyway, going on Blue 4 here, looking at the objectives. I'll check Discord after Frenchie. So we've got one plane in the hangar. That's the aerial commander they have to destroy. The other one of the C-47s, is by a bunch of trucks here, and then we have another one over on this side, so that's all on the runway. Terminal is clearly marked at the little military base next to the airfield, and then the sector is this top right corner area. With a few military buildings around it. Otherwise, looking at Op 4 spawn, they have this area all by that bottom right gas station, and we see their Hiluxes, the Panders, and I'm just going to check to make sure the AT boxes are empty. They are, in fact, empty. Cool. And then we've got the transport Euros over there, and it looks like they're all just going to get sorted. But yeah, no, should be a nice, simple round. Blue 4 have a lot of options for defending here. They could defend the one hangar in here with the aerial commander because there's no way to defend the other two because they're in the open. They could also try to go for the sector with the military basing around it, but this is a big hill, and that does leave them open to getting shot and sniped by IFE rounds. So, yeah. DayZ is going to be 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in about 5 hours, 15 minutes, because we have a Mass Effect op, and they start at 7:30. So as soon as they wrap up and they're in debrief, I'm going to go, set up for DayZ. Oh my god, Dream, do you know what Bloodwing's favorite flavor of ice cream is?
No.
It's French vanilla.
Took my heads off.
Alright, let's see what Dream did. Why do you have French blocked in your Twitch chat?
It's not allowed around here.
What did you do to the friend, or what did the French do to you?
They're not allowed around here.
Why?
They just aren't.
That's a little racist of you.
The French are not a race.
They kind of are, yeah, French people.
Sorry, I'm currently being betrayed by one of my mods, so I have to unmod them quickly.
Oh, okay. Is it Molly?
Yep.
You're unmodding your girlfriend? Why?
I run a tight ship over here.
I see. All right, here. It looks like I'm having a lot of mixed opinions in my chat. So here's the thing. If I'm gonna pull my chat here. If you think the French are like a normal people, say yes. But if you don't think they're real, then say no. Okay? Let's pull chat here. Yeah, I know, but like, you know what the context I'm getting into is. Most people are saying no. Oh, what are French? Molly's also saying no here.
See? Wait, you betrayed me, Molly. You said you were going.
We need a DayZ death match between me and Dream when we both have baguettes. Triple Agent Molly.
Yeah, I don't really.
Well, okay, Charlotte, what do you have against French people then if you're saying you're not going to get involved? Like 2 or 4? I need testimonials here, because there is an anomaly, in my opinion, here about how many people dislike the French. What did the French do to so many of you? Even the French don't like the French. Do we have anyone here that's French that can confirm that statement?
Yeah, say it, and I definitely will not ban you out of my own chat.
Have you ever been to France? No.
You? Why would you go there? I've been over France, and even that was enough.
That was enough. You'd know if you'd go to France.
I went to
They exist. That's why they suck. That's a little culturalist of you. I'll use the proper term.
I went to Germany back in
Play
August,
DayZ on
and I was
official
like,
DayZ servers.
Where are we? And my dad
It's
tells me,
British,
we're
so it's
flying
just
over
in your
France,
DNA.
The look of fear on my face.
What did the French do? A little thing called the 30 Years' War? Wasn't that centuries ago? You've had many arguments with French people? I have nothing against them. I dated one and they lived in France. But why are you saying for fuck's sake after that? Oh, 100 Years' War. But, I mean, someone said 30, but either way, if you come across the French in DayZ, you'll know. I did not realize. Damn, we don't have racism anymore. We just have Frenchism, I guess. God. You lived in France, Charlotte? Okay, so that's why you don't like French people. Got it. Is that why they're your ex too now? Like, I think I'm starting to understand the whole story here. All right.
God, that was such a good meme I found once. I don't know if you've ever seen, you know the song Pompeii by Bastille?
Yes.
There's this really funny one. It was like how to fix, like, I think it was the Ukraine conflict, and it's that song where it goes, but if you close your eyes, and it's a map, and on the map they just delete Ukraine and Russia, but in the bottom left corner of the map you just see France disappear as well. I think that was genuinely one of the most funniest things I've seen in my life.
Why? I find this fascinating here. A small price to pay for peace. Jesus.
Wait, okay, I'm going to send you a Discord. Obviously, I'm fairly certain it's a copyright song. So obviously don't play out loud, but it's that meme, except it was like to do with the Ukraine-Russian war, and it just deletes Russia and Ukraine, and then France just disappears.
What? I'm an American. I don't understand this hatred, but you know, maybe that's for the best. I'll just stick with my 2 political parties going at it like cats and dogs and see the hatred there. Maybe it's like that.
Molly, do not say I have a bit of French in me. That's the worst thing you could have ever said to me.
Now I'm thinking of Dream having a big guy as a boyfriend, and that's how he has a little French.
Excuse me, if I was ever to go gay, I would not go for the French.
Yeah, no, they'd go for you.
Is that your way of calling me sexy or something? I don't know.
I'll let you figure that one out for yourself, okay? There is a veiled compliment in there, believe it or not.
But if you close your eyes, France disappears.
I always love how we have to stall for the 15-minute safe start time because we finish it in 5, and this is where we go. In those 10 minutes, we find out that there is a massive amount of my viewership that just vehemently hates French people. And you know, I kind of get it, because we interview Zixme all the time, or at least we did back in the day, and he vehemently hates Polish people. So I'm assuming there's something similar where, like, just some people just dislike one another for whatever reason.
Liru's mod. Run a poll.
I don't know where Zixme's from.
Just called French.
We're not going to run a poll just called French, okay? Ah.
Zixme's Belgium.
Zixme's Belgium? Okay. So what do Belgium people have against Polish people?
I think they didn't Germany in World War II go Poland.
Charlotte saying, what if I love the French, but I'm fully genocidal against Russians? Charlotte, I'm willing to bet that makes you Polish.
This is such an interesting, strange conversation. All because I went Blair when I went to say French.
Actually, no, Charlotte, you are Polish. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, no. I forgot that you were Polish for a second to answer that question. Then it hit me. Wait. No, you are Polish. That makes total sense. Checks out. Yeah.
Guys, I'm eating a Twix bar right now.
We've, is it left or right Twix?
Fucking both, man.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Polish. Poland is now like a mini, if not a normal Texas now, in terms of the amount of U.S. equipment it has. I don't think anything bad is going to happen to European Texas, that's the term, in any time soon. Honestly.
What's everyone's favorite candy bar? I'm gonna just say candy.
I think Butterfinger's mine, but...
Butterfinger? What is a Butterfinger?
Left or right Twix? Didn't know Americans had political Twix bars? Yeah, we do. It's weird.
They do. It's
but
actually kind of insane.
Again, like, it... yeah. Yeah. I'm so indoctrinated in it, though, I didn't even realize that was an allegory for politics until you just pointed it out to me. And that thing's existed for at least 3 or 4 years. Yeah, God, I feel stupid. But I'm an American, so of course I'm stupid. Anyway, we have Blue 4 moving forces out in various directions. Did Blue 4 not know where Op 4 spawned? Because this is gonna get... This is about to get really awkward, but maybe this LAV is gonna spot him. Uh-oh. Is Charlie about to be in trouble?
Oh my god.
Charlie's about to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, the driver noticed last second.
Yeah, but apparently Lolo doesn't understand how to, like, look left or right.
Did they just drive the vehicle right in front of the entire platoon?
Oh.
That... Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh!
Oh, no.
Yes! Yes! Kill them all, Lolo!
Corvac's dead. There's another one. Oh my god.
Yes! No, switch back to the autocannon! That's 4 burning transports.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, none of them had more than one person in it.
Yeah, they spread them out hardcore with that.
Look at Waldo down here.
And then you have a flipped one right here, and they're just trying to murder Waldo. Waldo has AT. I'm surprised he didn't pull it out.
Oh, he's on fire.
Oh, now Waldo's burning.
What are you doing, Waldo? Shoot the thing! What?
That was something. I haven't seen a fumble like that in a while. We just saw, so it looks like Mike is trying to fire AT at the other Badger IFE. That's Yanni. But the Badger started moving around, so it dodged both of those rounds. But now Blue 4 Mike is taking autocannon fire. And they've been partially wiped. It's only Bates alive now.
Yeah, I remember. But I think that the LAV has heard that and has now come straight in. Oh no, they spotted him! And then here comes an RPG in his return! No! There it is.
They dodge, and it was still just short. They're going to have to call for the Pandor to engage this.
Is that Ian up there? Because this is a...
No, it's Yanni firing the AT. Oh, and we got a decrewed. The gunner is down in that vehicle, but the driver's quickly driving away. Yeah, so Masano's the commander, but the commander gets credit with the kills, so that's 5 vehicle kills and technically an infantry kill, because it's not counting the other people that were driving and bleeding out, so, woo! Op4 gets a pretty nasty black eye there. That's why I always encourage people, if they have armed vehicles, to just charge in random directions where your opponent could come from, because they might be able to just annihilate everyone involved.
The most insane thing about that is they killed 4 people.
Yeah,
well,
but
5,
like number-wise, Blue 4 just got it evened out by their mat team getting almost entirely wiped. There was somebody else that was live. Bates was alive. He just got picked off, but Utek woke back up and managed to pat the fire out, so. Damn. That was an unironic turkey shoot, though. I think Op4 still have the numbers to move forward here. It's just now the groups are kind of, how would I say this? I think a little miscoordinated.
A little, massively miscoordinated.
So now, I mean, we're going to have a firefight on the northern side between Op4 and Blue 4 elements here, but those trucks were all supposed to come to the north. And I think they all got in various Urals to separate out to, you know, prevent an issue like that from happening, but...
That was pretty smart to split.
Yeah, I mean, good, because otherwise it would have all been intercepted in 1 or 2 vehicles, so at least they got some people around, but it's not much, unfortunately.
Oh, God. Charlie's about to drive directly up to Depso up there.
Yeah, Depso, I think, has been rigging charges around here, so... For all I know, he still is, but he just heard that vehicle.
Depso genuinely might be able to take him out here.
Yeah, so they're changing, trading rounds here. Depso...
He's got GL on that thing, I think.
He does, but he just two-tapped the gunner.
Oh. Well, because he didn't need it. And he goes skip. Oh, my God. Or a shot by Depso.
I mean, the FAMAS, despite being made by a bunch of chuckle fucks that can't divide, that give a gun a burst, but then give it a 25-round magazine, the FAMAS is a pretty good gun. It's got a really good fire rate, and if you need to, it's pretty accurate. So we just killed the driver and the gunner of that vehicle. But yeah, I always found that funny about the FAMAS. It takes 25-round mags, but it has a 3-round burst. And 25 is not divisible by 3, so it's like, what was the thought process there? Maybe if you're bursting it, you know to reload when you only hear that final round fire instead of the burst. So maybe.
Got something about him. This Panda could be in trouble.
Oh, hey, look! Depso's now taking friendly fire, and he's trying to wiggle. The audacity. Shoot him. Shoot that man for his audacity. Oh, now there's a Ural coming up. Will Depso continue? Come on, Sancho, get him. Punish him for his hubris.
Oh, Utek. Oh, Utek.
Oh, they're still shooting at him.
Yeah.
And then they headshot him. Punish him for his hubris.
Wait, what happened?
So Pupper decided after shooting at him to start shooting at him again and headshot Depso, even though they stopped, and then they shot him in the face and just one-tapped him.
Utek managed to get the launcher, hit us
Yep.
up, and then Pat spotted him, and I watched what a AP round does to a man.
Ah, yes.
Death.
Yeah, it's usually death.
It's usually death, and it was death on this occasion.
Anyway, blue for Depso could have gotten on that Ural and taken more people out, but unfortunately his team decided he was too OP and they executed him. Again, punished for his hubris.
Why did they put the other IFV?
So they brought one of the IFVs in because the gunner got knocked out, so they should be working on Fawns, and then the other one is still to the east, just joyriding. Still, OFCRA the other day, the Chinese on Blue 4 killed so many Op4 in such a high ratio that there were like 4 or 5 blue on blue incidents by the end of the game because they just got super jumpy. We have an AT4 out, and then just some Op4 on the northern side skirmishing with Blue 4 elements here.
I think we're slightly rolled here.
It was a lot of blue on blue. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. Speaking of blue on blue, I just saw a round go from the airfield over to Blue 4 Alpha, so I don't know what that was about, but oh boy.
How many missiles? I think they fired 3 missiles, my team. And I think they get 4.
It's 2 per gunner and assistant. So the gunner gets 2, one assistant gets 2, and then the third assistant gets 2.
So that's 6 rounds. They fired 3. 3 rounds.
So if they have a full team, then yeah, 3 rounds remaining.
They might have actually just spotted the Badger. Oh no, they're perfectly blocked by a tree.
Yeah, but at this range, they also have those planes. They're about 1,230 meters away. Again, I don't know, because we have 2 pincers and then a northern group, and the northern group's getting shoot up. However, we do have an AT guy. Waldo might find the Badger here and get his revenge, because he does have an RPG-7. But the Badger's now driving away, probably to outflank the northern group and then clean them up. Weren't they told they can't block the Hainers?
They can
AT goes out, and it's a hit.
Shot of that.
Yeah, I saw it on the overview. That was...
Shot of it. That is a ridiculous distance.
1,216 meter shot.
I don't think that defeats the record. I think that's 1260 something.
Close to the record, though.
Close to the record. A very impressive shot.
Also, Badger found the other transports and blew them up and killed Neve, or knocked Neves out. Parker's now down.
The ruling against the hangars is that they are, at the very least, fit a vehicle in there. Which
I think that's too small, though, to fit a vehicle, because you have that board right there, but it's not going to matter because the IFV is going to shoot above the texture.
They're hitting the very back of it. Yep.
There's a hit. This might collapse the Hainer and kill the Blue 4 players, though. Yep. And I agree, there was a... So let me read the official rules again. Mission rules. Do not block the Hainers. Fully ground vehicles should get in a Hainer if they want to. I think that was technically blocked for a ground vehicle, but it doesn't matter because the chuckleheads that tried to block it off are dead. So, oof. And I'm gonna be honest, Blue 4. Where's the rest of their force? They got some around the terminal and then some on the outskirts. Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow. Op4 could still win this despite the early losses.
Well, you have to remember the early losses were like 3 dudes. Like 3 or 4 dudes in individual Urals.
Weird. Fuck, that's a Kobe. Well, technically that'd be a helicopter, not a plane, like with what happened at the Hudson today.
What?
I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. There's a chopper that crashed in the Hudson today. It was a CEO and his wife and 3 kids and the pilot. And the footage is basically like the tail of the helicopter is gone. So the pilot couldn't auto-rotate out without a tail and just kind of nosedived into the river.
Jesus, how did they lose their tail?
That's my question, bro, because it's not like the tail, like the back end is gone. It's like literally the part that connects to the body of the helicopter is just gone. And it's like, what the fuck? So I'm gonna be curious to see what happened there, because as it's falling, there's debris falling with it too, and it's like, geez.
His rotor and tail are detached.
Oh, are you looking it up?
I just searched up Hudson. I just wanted to see what because when you said the tail was gone, I was like, oh, the actual rotor of the rear tail was gone, but no, the entire fucking tail is gone.
Yeah, and then I see in some shots where the main rotor is on the plane, and I see others where it's not on the plane, but both are showing it nosediving. So I think on some of them the camera's just not catching the main rotors because they're still spinning, but others it still shows it spinning. So I think it's just a frame rate issue where you just can't see the rotors. Oh, there's been quite a few helicopter and plane mistakes. There's been a few plane crashes recently in the States, and when they did happen, they were like back-to-back within a week, which was really weird.
Kind of insane. One of them was helicopter collision.
Yeah, with the plane, because there was some misreading with the tower. It was a Black Hawk and a civilian airliner, which, unfortunate.
And then the second one was...
a private plane in Pennsylvania hit the ground.
Yeah.
And now we have this one.
And then there was one not too long before that was it like Korea, where it just didn't lift off the runway?
Yes, there was something like that.
There's a lot of plane things happening. Golf 1, Red 4 has made its way onto this hill and is going to get a perfect shot on the Badger, I think.
Yeah, and this is the other Badger that's been getting a lot of kills, but it's been fighting unarmed transports. Now it's going to fight something that's its equal.
It's being blocked by the trees right now, and it might not even get to fight it. He's looking downrange, rather southeast, but he's scanning. So he may just miss it.
Axe Baron, can you link it to me on Discord? Yep, other Badgers seen, autocannon rounds hitting it. Wheels are down, it's a sitting duck. And it's firing its coax at it. Yeah, that's gonna... Yeah.
Maceno managed to get out just in time to knock the explosion or the fire. So we'll feel an AP round to the ass if he's not careful. Oh, wait, he's just ran directly into Don's line of sight.
But is Don... Oh, Don has a machine gun. Come on, Don, get him. Don. Don, please stop sleeping. Don't be AFK. Kill him. Don.
Don.
The lid.
I'm looking at his thing. His sights are directly on the guy.
Don, the lid. Don.
Don. Left click. Left.
Now
click.
he can't see him because of the smoke. Come on, Don, get him. Thank you. I was about to say, you better not fire on him just as he turns around the corner. I swear to God.
That's the thing. Descent still has. Oh. I may have consequenced him.
Well, the Blue 4 guy's dead now. Anyway, Op 4 now assaulting from the south on this remaining terminal area.
What AT units do they have around here? Kremet.
Charlotte's right. They do fall out of windows, or they got shot down by their own air defense. That's what happened to Prigozhin.
Bursty none. Papa has a single shot.
We just rule it as a oopsie poopsie and call it a day.
Yeah, it's not looking
or
good,
they get poisoned. You know, one of the three. All right, well, with that, we have Emil outside of the zone. Autocannon fire going into the Blue 4 defensive here.
I wonder if you could collapse that with the AP rounds. Could you collapse that the construction site?
I figured something like that with it happened, Ollie, because again in the footage you see that the rotors are partially the main rotor's partially sheared.
It's gonna run directly into Don.
And the tail's completely gone, so I had a feeling like they hit each other somehow.
Oh god.
But based off of what you guys are telling me, yeah, a bit of pilot error.
Pull the trigger.
I just saw a blue 4-man get annihilated by an autocannon.
Ow. Ow. Don just watched Emil drive past him and did not choose to light him up.
The construction building can collapse if enough fire goes into it, but autocannon fire doesn't... if it's AP, it actually doesn't do a lot of damage. HE autocannon fire does a lot of damage to buildings, but... I don't know if... Maybe if both Panders fired at the place at the same time, it would do it. And that isn't where an objective is, so that building should naturally collapse, because sometimes FNF, they'll replace buildings just to set them to invincible.
Well, yeah, because a lot of the time it makes the objective placement unreachable.
Yes. Or, yeah, either because it'll be like on a second or third story.
Oh, Don's been spotted and been legged. Don, lay down and roll.
Or on the first story and it'll get covered by debris. And Don manages to limp over to cover before he's taken out.
I mean, you could make arguments why Blue Force still has a decent chance. They have been put in positions really annoying to attack, and that is the exact reason why they probably won't.
I don't think they've got good positions to rate them against autocannon fire, because now I'm just watching the autocannon slowly picking people off. It was one of the RL players first, now it's Cheeseburger.
Oh, but Cheeseburger wakes back up.
And Blue 4 also lost their mat in like the first engagement, so despite Blue 4, one of their IFVs catching quite a few vehicles out in the open, because Op 4 did a great job and separated the forces.
He's friendly wiggling at it. Wait, the panda believes him.
Wait, one of the Blue 4 guys wiggled at the pander?
Yeah, he's doing it now.
That's amazing.
He's still doing it. He's still wiggling. But the panda stopped firing.
Well, not enough ammo has gone into this building to blow it up. Again, we're talking about AP rounds. AP does not collapse buildings within the first, 10, 20 shots. HE does that, and you'll start seeing the damage texture change, but... Cheeseburger got pasted by the AP round again.
They stopped firing at Emil.
Because he wiggled?
Yeah.
That's funny. I think Blue 4 is going to genuinely lose here, though. They only have 6 guys left. Op 4 outnumbers them like 3 or 4 to 1.
To be fair, Red 4's Gavin sending all of those truck forwards, while slightly silly, actually ended up poking more than it.
Sector is about to be taken as well. And we just saw one of the buildings get annihilated under sustained fire from the autocannon, so...
So it can go down.
Yeah, all these buildings can go down. It's just, that's a small building, so it's going to have a smaller hit point box compared to the larger one. Even though it's a construction, it's still a big one, and it'll take a lot more ammo to collapse. Oh, I've seen big construction buildings collapse. It creates this really big ruin layer on the bottom floor. So it kind of scales up to the second floor with the amount of debris that it has. Now, though, you're seeing the barracks building here not get destroyed because it has the terminal in it, so they probably, because it's next to it, replaced it.
Yeah.
Never mind. I lied to you. Because that just killed another guy. It just didn't... These are old Arma buildings, so they don't have the destroyed damage textures, or the partially destroyed damage textures.
They just have the destroyed one where it's just a bunch of rubble on the floor.
Yes, Lolo, you got faked out. Ooh, that grenade might kill Fancy. Nope, he pulls away last second. I know, I lied right to your face. I'm so sorry. Caught with my pants down. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Cheeseburger's still down. Will definitely not be waking up anytime soon. Snatch was the last in the action.
I'm surprised he woke up earlier with the autocannon, but yeah, everyone... There's 3... Wait! AT! No, it hits the wall in front of the Pander as it pulls forward! That was their only chance!
Single file, wasn't it?
Now we're going to see a guy jump out of the vehicle, and... Yep.
This is a really good idea, using that smoke cover.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And then Hana
That's
just
GG.
runs back in. And there you go.
Is that an explosive?
I mean, you could make a case Jaeger could just pop a smoke, run back in, and touch it off, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
I love how Ash threw an explosive on the building where he has 2 friendlies in it. AT just fired again at the Pander and again hit a wall.
What class?
The walls are too powerful. They're working for Op 4.
I think Emil went down in this building over
And then Ash
here.
gets punished for his hubris by getting GL'd.
Somewhere Emil
Beautiful.
went down. Yeah, Emil. Panda's come across and has taken out whoever this was by the point, which was...
It's GG.
Probably Zikni, seeing as he just...
All right, guys. We'll be back in about 2 hours.
These rounds have gone for really long.
No, if anything, the rounds are going really short.
Like, they've been good rounds.
I don't know how Eric just won that fight against Najafar, but he did. That was weird.
Chandler's inner, Adriado, and pull out the win.
Major Khan, kill Jaeger. Damn it, he just went to cover. It's okay, the hack has 9 seconds left. It's GG.
Can Jaeger pull off an impossible task of destroying
No problem, Sebi.
all armor and
But yeah, we'll be back at
one of
7:30,
the
which
armors
is
just
in
flew.
2 hours, 45
Armor's
minutes,
IFV
I
just
believe.
almost flew away and destroyed all its wheels. It's still possible. He just has to go end the hack before it explodes. He can't do it if he believes he can. And it's over.
Let me see what we have. Otherwise, I'll raid Dream.
Pretty good mission. I feel bad for the Bravo guys who have been sat here for however long this mission's been going for.
Dream, do you want me to raid you or somebody else?
You can raid me. I will
Okay.
do the third round.
All right, guys. I will be back later. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Have a good one. And yes, I'll do the payout too. That was a pretty fun action-packed round, though.
Yeah, those 2 rounds have been good.